What I'm talking about today is the psychology in involving ourselves with finances, with trading, with money, with investing. There's some psychology that's universally applied to money or investing that I think is really bubbling up now. We can see when it comes to Bitcoin and people's involvement. One way to look at investing or look at trading is you've got to try and maybe look at it more like a job. Even if it's a part-time job, then it is just a gamble. If you look at it like a job, think about it. When you sign up for or you apply for a job and you go to work, you don't just go to work for one paycheck, right? I mean, you go to work, you look at maintaining that job, keeping that job, being on time to that job, seeing what you need to get done with that job, and your paychecks consistently come in. It's similar when it comes to investing. You don't just throw your money and forget about it unless you're obviously investing in a retirement long term. But even if you're invested in the market long term, you might want to keep an eye on it and look at what you're doing, because possibly you may want to invest more on some days than others. But don't think of it as just kind of like a lottery ticket you punch or a gamble or a bet you put down. Think of it more like a job that you need to be involved with, you need to be invested in. Not just financially, pardon the pun, but you need to be invested in it, as far as your time is concerned, and follow along with what's going on, with where your money is. Keep up with the news, keep learning and understanding where your money is, kind of like a job. That's one way to look at it, to keep you involved and really to decrease the odds of losing money. That's really what we'll do if you get involved, because there's no guarantee with the markets, but you can reduce the chances of a negative outcome the more you're involved, the more you know, and the more you are invested into what you're doing. If you treat it like a job rather than just a gamble or a bet that you set and forget, this can decrease those odds tremendously. A couple of things I want to make sure you understand before I go. First and foremost, responsibility. If you're investing or you're trading, you've got to be willing and ready to take full responsibility for your actions, good and bad. So when you invest and you make a trade that goes well and you earn money, good, that's a good job, that's on you. But if you make a trade and it goes poorly, that's on you as well, and just chalk it up as a loss. There's something called the self-serving bias, and that's where we tend to say that when we do something good or something positive happens in our lives, it's because of us. If something negative happens in our lives, well, it's because of everybody else or everything else out there. And also we tend to say that when something happens that's negative in somebody else's life, well, it's their fault. Self-serving bias. We tend to kind of boost ourselves up a little more than maybe we need to when things go good, and we don't accept responsibility for things when they go bad, because that would reflect poorly on who we are. Nobody's perfect, so be willing to accept responsibility and move on. The second thing you've got to be able to do, on top of taking responsibility for your actions, good and bad, is you've got to be able to keep your emotions in check if you're going to get in the game. If you're going to invest in cryptocurrency, if you're going to invest in the stock market, if you're going to use your finances and you're going to get involved in this game, you've got to understand there's no place for emotions to dictate your decisions. You've got to be able to check your emotions. If you can't, you might be in the wrong game. Also keep in mind, the market is not a person. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have a memory. It doesn't care about your last trade, whether you won or lost. It moves on. It's not a person. It's not an entity with feelings or emotions or memories. You've got to understand that. You've got to act accordingly. So keep that in mind as far as the market is concerned. And I don't care what market we're talking about. They're not people. They don't have feelings and memories. So they're not going to care what you do or what your behavior is. Last but not least, as far as cryptocurrency is concerned, whether you're getting into cryptocurrency now and you're already in, or you're thinking about it in the future, or you're just at the stage where you're trying to do your research and you're kind of curious, I'm going to tell you this right now. Anyone who tells you they know what the future of cryptocurrency is, any kind of cryptocurrency, is either lying to you, they're naive, or they're trying to sell you something. Understand, nobody can tell you for a fact what this cryptocurrency is going to do, where it's going to go, and how it's going to play out, because nobody knows, because we've never been here before. So just be careful. There's a lot of junk on the internet, a lot of speculation, a lot of people that theoretically and hypothetically, and they throw out what they think is going to happen and projections and all that stuff. Take that stuff with a grain of salt and understand, nobody knows for sure, and nobody knows factually what is absolutely going to happen with cryptocurrency. And most people have no idea. Now try to find the experts and look for facts and information they give you that's tangible. And I would say verify that with other sources as well. Be careful about listening to your neighbor and only your neighbor. Maybe hear what your neighbor has to say, see where his sources are. The more information, the better, but be able to rule out the crap that's out there, and don't listen to the projections or the predictions. Anybody can do that. This is an unknown, so keep that in mind as you're dealing with people and as you're getting information when it comes to cryptocurrency. If you're not already subscribed, I'd love it if you do so and you join the team. What I do is just try to give you information that can help you with personal leadership in all the areas of your life: finances, emotions, psychology, success, achievement, well-being, spirituality, all of those things, health. I want to give you videos that can really help you enhance all the areas of your life. And hey, finances are a big part of our lives. If you benefited from it and you really did enjoy it, please leave me a comment, let me know about it, give me a thumbs up. And as I said before, love it if you subscribe, check out my channel, look out for more videos to come in the future, similar to this one, talking about personal leadership and how we can enhance our lives. Until then, take care of yourself.